This team has a lot of growth left in it. We got the next step in us. We'll be back here next year if you want to be back.
We decided during preseason, the season was going to be a championship or bust.
He got these rings. We bringing one. So where are you going to put ours? This hand?
Yeah.
It's a new home court advantage inside the new home of the Mystics. Number one!
So many great pieces, and now it's really coming together.
EGG getting it done!
She's always been aggressive in her scoring, but she took it up a notch.
When you come off the bench, you're out there for a purpose. Get the job done.
We won a lot of games by just our bench.
Everything going right for the Mystics.
Greatest regular season in franchise history.
See, this is what we can be.
They might be the best team in this league.
This isn't a fluke. We are this good. We're meant to win.
A championship season just has a series of things that go on to gain confidence.
Get in the weight room or get out of the post. I felt like someone attacked my family member.
I got your back, no matter what.
We're not close to being done. It's not close.
She just took off.
Playoff Emma, wow, what a performance.
For the very first time, the Washington Mystics are WNBA champions.
I'm just part of a team that just became champion.
The Washington Mystics take home the first title in their franchise's history.
Remember what we said, pressure is a privilege. We took all of that privilege. Let's go.
We knew that there was a special team and Coach had a dream. We believed in it, and last year was terrible the way it ended, but we were able to really bounce back from it and use it as motivation. So proud of this team and how everybody has developed. Oh yeah, sweet victory!
Champs, baby!
To be a part of this team, to be a part of this organization, and to make history here, it means everything to me.
I'm just so happy for all these players and the organization who bought into what I was selling 7 years ago. That there was a path to get out of what was a pretty desperate time here. And this girl right here was one of the first pieces.
Good evening, Mystics fans. We'd like to welcome you to our draft party here. Welcome General Manager and Head Coach Mike Tebow.
The first piece to this whole puzzle was actually Coach T himself. From 1998 to 2013, there were many coaching changes, and that kind of hurt the team. From a fan perspective, that's frustrating too. We have diehard founding fans that have been here since day one.
Nice to meet you.
I'm glad to meet you, and I'm glad to see that you're here.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, you're the reason why we're here.
Okay, well, that's a good no pressure, right?
I know.
I was a high school freshman coach because I got hurt as a senior in high school, so they felt sorry for me and had me start coaching. I had no idea that I was going to be a basketball coach for my career. Okay, let me know. All right, bye.
Welcome everybody to the 2013 WNBA Draft. We'll go in the order of the first round.
Mike loves basketball. It's his job and it's his hobby. He's really good at getting players to put a team together. It's what he does well. He did it when he was in the NBA. He was in the room responsible for drafting Michael Jordan with Chicago Bulls.
We have a European post player we want to take with one of our picks from Belgium.
If we draft this kid, despite whatever else, we're going to keep her as our 11th player. She's your 5th post.
Go ahead, Washington.
Washington selects Emma Mieseman, Belgium, 6'4" post.
Thank you, Washington.
We knew about Emma because she had already won some awards when she was 16 as the best young player in Europe. And we just felt, this was a player worth taking a chance on, because if she's what we think she might be, we'll have a gem.
I never watched any games of WNBA, or I never thought I was gonna make it, I was just sleeping. The next day I woke up with some text messages, "Oh, you're going to Washington." At first I thought it was Washington State because I was looking on the map. I was 19 years old and I was not sure if I was gonna go to the States. The scariest part for me was that you always hear it's the best competition in the world and the players are so strong, so athletic, so physical, and that was pretty much everything I was not. But then I met Coach T and I just heard his voice and I was sure that he was gonna take care of me. He had already confidence in me back then, so once I was there, I was just totally fine. It's just basketball, if there's basketball, I'm fine.
And we traded Crystal Langhorne basically to open up all the minutes for Emma Miesemann. Tiana was here because Emma Miesemann was good enough to play ahead of Crystal Langhorne.
But when I heard I was traded back home to Washington, D.C., I was excited. Being born in D.C., raised in Prince George's County, going to college in Maryland, I just knew that I wanted to be here and to continue my career here.
Okay, Washington, please make your selection.
Washington selects Natasha Cloud from St. Joe's University.
Minnesota, you're now on the clock.
Being an underdog that transferred from a BCS school to go to a mid-majored school in St. Joe's, and then to have one team believe in me, one coach, one organization believe in me, I was just excited.
I still look at Natasha Cloud as a first-round pick. We just happened to take her early in the second round.
We had a lot of freedom from ownership to kind of build the team that we wanted to build. And then we had an opportunity to pursue Elena Delle Donne.
That's the best player in the WNBA right there, Elena Delle Donne. The 2015 WNBA MVP, Elena Icewater, intervenes. And the winner for Elena Delle Donne at the buzzer. Oh, the Sky regained the lead, courtesy of EDD.
This is an exciting day for the Mystics organization to introduce to you Elena Delle Donne.
Coming to Washington, I was ready for something different. Ted and Sheila give this team so much to be successful, so that was something I was really looking for. And then I felt like Coach T was a coach that really puts together a team of not just great basketball players, but really good people and teammates, and I wanted to be in an awesome locker room. I feel like they just have so many great pieces, and now it's really coming together, and Coach has the vision. And I think you said you wake up in the middle of the night sometimes with offenses going through his head. I love to hear that. So it's just all about putting it together now. And then obviously DC is pretty close to Delaware. I always seem to find myself coming back closer to home, so this felt like home to me.
I came to DC to stretch myself. I wanted to see where can I grow as a leader, how can I grow as an individual player.
Tolliver for three! Got it!
I was in LA for 7 years, and so I was brave enough to make the decision to leave after winning a championship. Winning never gets old, and once you get a taste for it, you just want it again and again and again. And
Elena Delle Donne, together with Kristi Tolliver, changed how we act because they have been in the finals. They kind of passed that on to us. How we have to practice, how we have to behave, how we have to be focused and approach important games. I took a year off in 2018 to give myself some rest, mentally, physically, and also to prepare for the World Championship. I'm from Belgium, so I have a Belgian national team too. And in order for me to realize my dreams, I have to play with this team too. Sometimes I have hard choices to make.
2018, Emma wasn't there, but it helped our team kind of get better.
Now looking, Deladon's gonna get a look at the horn! Got it! Ball game over!
You draft players like Ariel Atkins along the way. You get LaToya Sanders playing for the team for a full season. And then you have bench pieces like Ariel Powers in trades. So all those little pieces obviously adding up along the way.
Tasha Cloud going right, going left, at the horn! Got it!
We learned to play together in the last third of the season in 2018, and we carried that from the regular season to the playoffs and got better each round, and it carried us to the finals.
The Mystics are on the way to the WNBA Finals for the first time.
Washington continues to melt here in Game 1. A nearly immaculate Game 1 performance from the Seattle Storm. The Seattle Storm are a win away from a WNBA championship. That will do it. The Seattle Storm are your 2018 WNBA champions.
We weren't good enough in the finals. You know, we didn't have Emma, you know, Elena gets hurt, but Seattle was better than us at that point.
First I want to tell you is that I'm really, really proud of this group. Now, we have to change our belief in ourselves and some of the things we can get better at, okay? This team has a lot of growth left in it.
We had taken such a huge step in that last 6 weeks of, you know, what it took to be a great team, and I think that changed our team.
This has been an unbelievably great season. We got the next step in us. We'll be back here next year if you want to be back, okay? Let's go. Together, 1, 2, 3, together.
We came in and our motto was run it back.
That was the plan. Go back to the finals and win it all.
It's a new home court advantage inside the new home of the Mystics. #1!
Elena Deladon is the best basketball player in the world.
She's like a superhero.
Do you realize every time you touch the ball, we're going to score and we're going to win?
The greatest regular season in franchise history.
This isn't a fluke. We are this good. We're meant to win.
So many great pieces, and now it's really coming together.
At the horn!
Sometimes I have hard choices to make.
But it helped our team get better.
The Mystics are on the way to the WNBA Finals.
Seattle was better than us at that point.
We'll be back here next year if you want to be back.
Coming into training camp and coming into the new season, Coach sat us down and asked us what would be a word or phrase that would define our season.
We all came back pretty much from the beginning, and we came in and our motto was run it back.
We built off of the off season. We all worked really hard to get 1% better to come back with that fuel still kind of burning within us to run it back.
Run it back. That was the plan. Just go back to the finals and win it all.
What's up, Ted? How are you? Oh, you see, he got these rings. We bringing one. So where are you gonna put ours? This hand?
Yeah.
We came up with a team saying today, run it back. Run it back. We're running it back. We lost in Seattle, and that didn't sit well with us. It was a bitter taste for us.
After making it to finals the first time, we were ready for the next step. And then you get to add Emma.
But everybody was calling me the missing piece because I missed last year.
Perfect, yeah.
When I said the missing piece, she would say, but you already went to the finals. And my response was, but we didn't win.
We had now, with adding Emma, every piece to the puzzle. So run that back because we're ready to win a championship.
If there isn't pressure on your team, you're probably not very good. To have the pressure going into this past season, knowing if we didn't win a championship, it was an absolute bust. Together, 1, 2, 3! Together! It's tough, and there's days where you feel the stress and the anxiety of it all, but that's what we wanted, and that's what makes you better, is when you're playing every day knowing the importance of coming away with a championship.
This new facility will bring to the Mystics team this season. I hope a championship. It's a new home court advantage as we welcome you inside the new home of the Mystics.
Thank you for continuing to support us. Be here with us all season. We're trying to run it back. And thank you for your continued support and being the best fans in the WNBA. Go Mystics!
Opening night at St. E's, the atmosphere was great.
And we are underway for the first time.
It's just such a loud, crazy atmosphere where you feel like the fans are completely on top of you.
Deladon gets the first bucket inside ESA.
Everyone felt good. Everyone felt great. And, you know, credit goes to our preparation. Just going into the season with a great attitude about the season, with a ton of confidence. It was a great feeling.
Tiana Hawkins striking while the iron is hot for the Mystics.
It felt even better just knowing that our fans were behind us and just knowing that they had the same confidence in us that we had in ourselves.
DC has been standing up all evening for this Washington Mystics squad.
I think the first game of this season was a great showcase of just us being back in a new gym. We immediately saw the promise of the season that was going to come.
A sellout tonight at the Entertainment and Sports Arena, but more importantly, a win.
What a matchup we have as Connecticut gets ready to take on the Washington Mystics with first place in the WNBA on the line. Tebow, who had spent 10 years with the Connecticut Sun, now in his 6th year here in Washington.
Coach T is never gonna be like, oh, we need to beat Connecticut because they screwed me over. But if you followed his career, you know that Connecticut situation leaves a bad taste in your mouth, especially for the caliber coach that he is and what he did there.
Mike Tebow is always ahead of the trends. Again, I remember him saying years ago how he wanted his team to play as far as stretching the floor, the three-point shot, and he's gotten the pieces on this roster that would allow them to play that way.
Oliver finding Cloud, set her feet, and found the bottom of the net. Washington, the best three-point shooting team in the league.
That's as well as we had moved the basketball in every phase of our offense. Just knocking down shot after shot, but totally unselfish.
Tolliver and Deladon, boy, they work in concert so well together.
But we were just as good at the defensive end in that game. A lot of our offense came because of our defense.
Everything going right for the Mystics, because it's hard to imagine that they can get much better than this.
This is us at our very best. See, this is what we can be. And, you know, doing it against Connecticut probably had a little more special feel to it because that's become a big rivalry.
What a performance. Washington playing the best basketball of any team in the league right now.
Well, we had a few injury scares throughout the season.
Elena Deladon takes a trip to the bench. I believe that there's blood on the nose area.
We were a little bit battered when she went down, and you have a tough stretch every season. But A championship season just has a series of things that go on to gain confidence. Elena Deladon was hurt, out a couple games, but when she came back, it was almost like she had an extra layer of toughness added to her, that she basically said, I can get through anything. And she played like it.
Elena Deladon is the best basketball player in the world. That's just straight facts. Getting her nose broken and putting the mask on and playing through it. She's like a superhero.
Deladon fakes with the pass and the bucket. EDD getting it done.
She's always been assertive and aggressive in her scoring, but I think she took it up a notch.
Elena muscling it in. Deladon gets her in the air off the pump fake, gets the bucket and the foul. And a little flex from Elena Deladon.
Elena just became like a different beast.
Elena Deladon has hit big shot after big shot for the Mystics.
We're going to beg Elena to keep the mask on the rest of her career, probably.
This year was the first time I'd ever been injured and missed significant time. You know, I'm used to playing. You know, I'm a player. You know, I play through everything. For me, it was a difficult time.
When Christy went out, that was a moment where it was huge to get home court advantage. So we needed somebody to step up, and AP was that person.
The coach mentioned something to me earlier in the day. Hey, Chrissy's kind of hurt. But then before the game, it's like, okay, AP, you're about to start. I'm like, okay. The dog in me like, let's go.
Powers turns the corner, pull-up jumper, that falls. That's a good start.
From Detroit, played at some of the craziest courts that you can ever play in with the boys.
When you come off the bench, you're out there for a purpose. Get the job done and stay in attack mode.
I love talking junk, period.
Powers playing with some intense focus. That's what they need from Ariel Powers in the absence of Christy Tolliver.
You better not leave me open on the three-point line, you understand? Because I'm knocking it down.
Powers, got it.
Our bench the whole season was the difference and why we were the best team in the league. They were just so good.
If I was the other team and I saw Emma Meesman coming off the bench, I would be so upset. Like, that's not a sub.
Emma, automatic. And she's good, and she has really elevated her play.
I mean, Emma is just so good. And when Emma is in attack mode, you can just see it on the other team's faces. Like, what are we supposed to do now?
That turnaround jump shot is just unstoppable.
I just continue to tell her, Emma, do you realize every time you touch the ball, if you attack, we're gonna score and we're gonna win?
The aggressiveness and determination by Emma Meesman has been a difference.
Throughout the season, you could just see her starting to take more shots, starting to be more assertive, starting to be more aggressive. So it's really awesome to see her flourish.
Here's Meesman. Throws it up and connects.
I think we won a lot of games by just our bench coming in the game and bringing that extra energy.
How about this? Aerial power show.
Off the floor. Powers, one hand up.
The Mystics bench was the best in the WNBA.
The winning gene is not something you just throw out and say. And you know when a team has it.
Credit to our depth and credit to our chemistry. We know what each other brings to the team. We understand our roles, and we just try to be the best version of ourselves every day.
Walker Kimbrough off the screen, comes back the other way and knocks it down.
They have so many weapons, so much firepower. They might be the best team in this league.
This was the greatest regular season in franchise history. A franchise record for wins, three-pointers, winning margin, assists. Elena Deladon could win the first MVP award in the history of this franchise.
The first player in WNBA history to join the 50-40-90 club.
It was really cool to join that club. To have them congratulate me, welcome me into the club, really felt special.
It's been a really fun season, especially because of the people I get to share it with, so I'm excited for the playoffs.
There were articles about the greatest team to ever play, and we were all aware of that. But I think what we all knew was Yeah, we can have the greatest regular season ever, but if we are a flop in playoffs, it doesn't matter.
Remember what Stu said about pressure and how you rise to it. We need to continue to come to practice, feel that pressure, play that way. That's our game every single day. Good job.
Pressure is privilege. We decided at the beginning of the season, during preseason, that the season was going to be a championship or bust.
Game 1, let's get it. Been too long. Pressure is a privilege. Coach T and our sports psych, Stu, brought it to us, and that was just the perfect kind of slogan to go into playoffs with.
When he says we earned pressure, to me that meant we earned a target, which meant we earned respect.
We are this good. Like, this isn't a fluke. We are this good. We're meant to win. It's extremely hard to get back to a final series, but if any team's going to do it, it's going to be this one.
And the Washington fans are feeling it.
When the Aces are at their best, they play like they're bullies.
Get in the weight room or get out of the post.
I felt like someone attacked my family member.
And the Mystics are headed to the WNBA Finals.
We're not close to being done. It's not close.
We came in and our motto was run it back.
That was the plan. Go back to the finals and win it all.
It's a new home court advantage inside the new home of the Mystics.
This isn't a fluke. We are this good.
EDG getting it done.
The greatest regular season in franchise history.
We can have the greatest regular season ever, but if we are a flop in playoffs, it doesn't matter.
It's great that we finished first for our playoff seeding, but that doesn't mean anything at this point. Everyone's hungry on this team. Everyone wants a championship. It's extremely hard to get back to a final series, but if any team's going to do it, it's going to be this one.
The Mystics, they've had such a historical season. For the Aces, their big story is their front court, Liz Cambage and Asia Wilson. So for the Mystics, can they find a way to guard Liz and Asia down low? So it's going to be a great one.
I hope people in this city realize how special this is. They only lost 2 games out of 16 played here this summer.
So you know you coming into the jungle when you come here.
Washington moves the ball so well. An unselfish team. Sanders with the finish. Cloud on fire. Miesemann leading everyone with 22. Make it 25. 13 points for Miesemann in this quarter.
It is me, Elena, Toya just running around, and either I had the shot or somebody else was going to be open, and I think that's really hard to defend.
Tolliver has been out the last month with a hurt right knee.
For us, it was like, okay, we can take a deep breath, because just having Christy out there is a comfort.
Tolliver hits it! Christy Tolliver's first shot since August.
What a punch from Christy Tolliver in this game.
So to come back and to continue to be solid, that definitely helped give us the next little push headed into playoffs.
Our fans were behind us. The small, intimate atmosphere that we had, you felt that energy the whole entire time.
Hello.
Hi, this is Elena.
Hi, Elena. This is WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. I wanted to be the first to officially congratulate you. You are the 2019 WNBA Most Valuable Player.
I thought I was doing something else right now, so I'm very surprised, but thank you so much.
We wanted to make it a little bit of a surprise. But, you know, what a year, Elena. I'm very proud of you. Good luck over the next couple days, and take care. Bye-bye.
Woohoo! Woohoo! All right, now run it back. Let's go. This is home to me, and to be able to bring this to DC really means so much. So to be able to go out there tonight and share this with the fans and, you know, hopefully come away with a win would really mean a lot.
The first player ever to win the WNBA Most Valuable Player Award with 2 different teams. Our very own Elena Deladon.
When the Aces are at their best, they play like they're bullies. They play like they're physical and strong.
Their size is their advantage. That's what kind of Billy and Beer banks on, is just having size in the paint and being able to beat you up.
Asia Wilson, all of the damage now.
We didn't have somebody to match Liz Cambage in size.
Cambage with a 6-inch height advantage over Latoya Sanders. That's not going to work. You got to do something different.
But at the same time, we couldn't back down from anything that was a physical intimidation.
While they have their advantage in size, we have our advantage in our versatility, in our depth.
All of a sudden, we're a team that, you know, makes close to 10 threes a game, and that picture kind of changes. They have to have their bigs chase out on the perimeter.
It was just really good because they had no idea how to play defense on us.
Make it Aerial Powers with the chance for a 3-point play.
You had to be able to stand in and take a charge.
Latoya is the person that does everything that no one else really wants to do. If there's a puzzle, she's a humongous piece of that puzzle. The hustle, the grit, and then she's always gonna have to defend the toughest post on the other team. There's days she's undersized, she doesn't care. She finds a way to get it done.
They are 1 win away from their 2nd straight finals appearance.
We have 1 more game left. We pack 1 pair of clothes and we get this game over with, and we put ourselves in a really good position. At that point, it's just business. Put your business suit on, you bring your briefcase, and you go to work.
Going to Vegas Game 3, we knew it was gonna be a huge challenge.
At that point for them, it's do or die, and it's at their home court, which is in itself great.
Game 3 of this best-of-5 semifinals. The Aces are back on their home court. They played very well at Mandalay Bay, and they are trying to keep their season alive.
Defend in transition, defend in the half court. Let's finish it today. Here we go. Together. 1, 2, 3, together.
It is loud at Mandalay Bay, and we are underway.
The 3rd game we played against Las Vegas, it was a pretty physical game.
Liz is playing what she feels like is her style of game.
I think they punched us first, and we didn't really respond and punch back.
Cambage, easy as can be after she batted it to herself.
Boy, Vegas is locked in.
Everything going Vegas's way.
We found out what we had when we were in a tough spot.
Bill Lambert's team, for the last 3 quarters, dominated the Mystics. We will see you on Tuesday night.
I think that Game 3 of getting blown out was definitely a bit of a wake-up call, but we didn't freak out, and that's why our team was so great.
Only a few minutes had went by, and someone's like, did you freaking hear what Liz said?
What did you see from their defense that allowed you to be so aggressive?
I just kept sailing inside. You know, they got small forwards guarding me. If they can't handle it, get in the weight room or get out of the post.
You shouldn't do that with our team.
The first thing I said was her. I felt like someone attacked my family member, and when you attack my family member, I'm gonna attack you.
From then, they're like, bet. Remember that.
The whole team came together and they're like, let's go to eat together.
Everyone saw Tasha doing push-ups on social media.
For me, it was not only a sense of, okay, we heard you and we're gonna respond to you, but also firing our team up as one of the leaders on this team. Like, I can make myself look like an ass, but I can also get you hype in the process.
I got twice back. Let's go.
LaToya is someone who's not going to talk trash. She just plays her game, and she's super mature.
Like, I'm very secure in myself. I'm gonna choose myself 10 out of 10 times. So she can say what she wants. Doesn't really affect me much.
I've never seen such fire in LaToya after that comment that Cam Beige made. I mean, she was pissed. We knew we got to get Game 4.
Now we're playing an extra game against a really tough team. This fourth game is a roadblock for us. It's not what we wanted for our finals push.
Feeling of the series here in Game 4, I would call it a battle royale. We're in Vegas, it feels like a big show. Everyone's laid their cards on the table. It's gonna be a good game.
Oh yeah, you already know.
You already know. Go Mystics.
Let's get it.
I think the mental part was between Game 3 and Game 4 is let's get back to being who we are. Vegas is gone, one of those teams that's on the rise, going to keep being a good team. But we have been through that fire.
Focus on us. Don't get involved in any of the antics. That's what they want. Let our game do the talking.
You weren't going to intimidate us by saying stuff in the press. We knew who we were.
Las Vegas on an 11-2 run to go up by a half a dozen.
In Game 4, we fell behind early.
Mike Tebow's trying to get a spark right now. His team just does not look like itself.
We didn't play very well. I didn't think we played our best.
Washington trying to get a spot in the finals for the second straight year.
The team that was going to win that game was going to be the team that imposed its will in the way they wanted to play on the game.
Sanders with the mismatch kicks it out to Deladon, and that's a great sign for Washington.
Everything was like, what do we need to do to win? How are we gonna win? How are we gonna stop them? How are we gonna score?
My message to the team was, don't be afraid of this moment. This is what we earned. This is what we worked for. This is what we dreamed of playing in.
1 point advantage for Washington, trying to close this out with the 3 over Cam Beige.
I think the biggest thing Cam Beige did wrong was saying that we weren't strong enough or telling us to get in the weight room. We took that personal.
Miesemann is the hot hand.
The playoff Emma stepped up and really took us on her back.
Miesemann does it! Huge shot by Emma Miesemann.
It showed with Emma, as physical as they wanted to be with her, they couldn't stop her.
Amby steps back, in and out. Cloud gets the rebound. And the Washington Mystics, for the second straight season, are headed to the WNBA Finals.
I think it was just have faith that what we've done all year works and get back to who we are, and we'll be fine in Game 4, and we were.
Told y'all. We did this the year before, and we're not going to do this again. This year, we're supposed to be here, and we're meant to be here. We said we would be here.
Listen, we were in the same position last year. All right, enjoy this moment. We've worked for this, we earned this, but we're not done.
All the work that you do about, little stuff, that pays off in times like this. We're not close to being done. It's not close.
Yes, sir, we going to the shit, what? We going to the shit, what? Hey, 3 to go. 3 to go.
Yeah, we better be here, and now it's time to win.
Elena Deladon is out of this game.
We got her back, let's get it.
She stepped up.
Win away from their first title.
Connecticut makes everything a dogfight.
There will be a Game 5 Thursday night.
Everything's on the line, and the best team's going to win.
Together, 1, 2, 3, together.
It's extremely hard to get back to a final series, but if any team's going to do it, it's going to be this one.
And the Washington fans are feeling it.
When the Aces are at their best, they play like they're bullies.
Get in the weight room or get out of the post.
I felt like someone attacked my family member.
And the Mystics are headed to the WNBA Finals.
We're not close to being done. It's not close.
Mystics! Yeah! Go Mystics! Go Mystics!
The team hashtag all season has been run it back. They did that. They got to the finals. But now you need to finish what you didn't finish last season. So they have now unfinished business when it comes to this 5-game series with Connecticut.
Making it to finals the first time, our eyes were wide open. I was like, yes, we did it. We achieved this. This year, it was like, yeah, we better be here. And now it's time to win. So it was a completely different change in mindset. You could just feel it. We wanted more.
All we gotta do is be ourselves. That's it. Let's go. I like that, Kelly. Together. 1, 2, 3. Together.
And it's Coach's old team. And he's never won a championship before. I mean, what sweet revenge to get your championship against the team that let you go.
And the 2019 WNBA Finals are underway.
The way that ESA has been rocking since we opened it up, it gives you a home court advantage feel like you have a sixth man.
Atkins goes cross court. Tolliver got loose and makes Connecticut pay. Atkins alone again.
Ariel Atkins was so good in that game 1. To be able to do what she did on the defensive end and then be able to carry us offensively was huge for her.
And it's the top-seeded Washington Mystics who have a 9-point lead going into halftime.
Connecticut makes everything a dogfight. They're scrapping on the floor. They're getting into you. They're making you work for everything that you have.
A chance for Williams, that is good. And now it's a single-digit game. As Connecticut has built some momentum here. And after being down 17 towards the end of the third, it's a 4-point game.
This is the team that's high energy. If you don't match it, you've got problems.
Open in the corner, Atkins. On a 3! The sophomore has been money today.
Little A is like a silent killer on the court.
Ariel Atkins.
She has been stellar here in game 1.
She is so focused on doing whatever is needed to win the game. That's not something you can teach. She just has that in her.
First finals game win in franchise history.
The atmosphere in the arena is terrific. It's given us a home court advantage we've never had.
We're just motivated for this year. I mean, obviously last year that gave us the experience, and I think it gave us the confidence that we have for this season. But we're just ready to win.
Game 2 with Connecticut was really tough. They understood that the most important thing for them to do was to not go down 2 games.
Elena Deladon is out of this game and headed back to the Mystics locker room. We'll see if there's any update on why.
When I went down with the back injury, there was so much frustration.
We all just kind of looked at each other like, oh,
When Elena goes down in the first few minutes, I mean, that kills you. Not only from her leadership standpoint, that's like 20 points off the board.
Oh, geez. I mean, I heard it. Is this, here we go again?
Elena Deladon is hurt.
That doesn't look good at all.
we've been here before. When Della got hurt last year, we got her back. Let's get it.
Powers the cradle and the finish. Ariel Powers is giving a jolt off the bench for Washington.
She has been absolutely terrific.
We're all here for a reason. We're just gonna have to pick it up a little bit more.
Tolliver puts it in. This game is tied.
We can't let this moment go to waste. We're here now.
Washington is clawed back without the MVP.
I really do think the 2 best teams in the league played in the finals, and you know, it was a really hard-fought game.
Alyssa Thomas into the lane, finds Williams, on a three!
Trying to watch from the locker room and just see the team fighting and fighting and fighting, but coming up short was really tough.
And these 2019 WNBA Finals are even at a game apiece.
Connecticut played terrific, and they stole game 2.
Let's go, baby. Losing a playoff game at home is a terrible feeling because you know that home court advantage kind of just slipped away.
This golden opportunity had gone by the wayside, and we didn't know Elena's status. When the playoff schedule had come out, and I saw that there was this huge gap between game 2 and game 3 because of TVs, I thought, oh, this stinks. You know, we got all these days off. It was the best thing that could have happened to us.
Hi, I'm Maisha Heinzellen, and I'm taking over media availability game 3.
Oh my God, did you give her this camera?
Hello, Toya. And we have Kira juggling. TT, game 3, go. Oh, this is actually serious.
Wait, is this required for me to talk to her? She don't have a media pass.
Better for you? How will you be able to lead your team to victory?
Just a common presence all around.
Yay!
Oh,
right, that's it.
sign off. That gap that we had in between game 2 and 3 of the Connecticut series really helped us. With Elena and Ariel being hurt, they were given time to kind of heal.
I knew for the rest of the finals I wasn't going to be, you know, myself, not even close to 100%, but we knew, like, it's still okay. And we've always been a great road team, and why not have it be a really tough moment? It makes winning a championship that much better.
We didn't know who we were physically going to have on the court. Both Elena and Ariel had back issues. We went over to the arena to work out Elena and Ariel on the court and see how they moved, and they both wanted to play.
I knew if I could just be on the court and be a leader, do a couple things, that my teammates were ready to do the rest and take over.
As everybody got to the arena behind them and heard they were playing, I mean, it's hard not to be excited in those moments. Just the inspiration of those guys wanting to play through it.
Both Ariel Atkins and Elena Delle Donne in the starting lineup after they were both questionable to play in this game.
I wasn't going to be great for that game. I wasn't even sure if I was going to play. Tosh talked to me before the game and was like, look, I got your back. No matter what, we got this.
She wasn't at 100% coming back for game 3, but the boost she gave us and how she played energized us, and we played terrific in game 3.
She gets an open look there, and the back spry enough to connect.
Elena Delle Donne at 50% is still pretty darn good.
Elena has 380 discs. If she can push through that, I can push through any that is going on with me.
Cloud will fire and hit. A big one for Washington and a big one for Cloud.
Tosh is the energy of our team. She gets us going. Tosh is just such a good teammate. And when the moment's big and it comes to where she has to knock down a shot, she's ready for it.
Cloud tees it up and knocks it down.
Cloud has been outstanding. When the defense has left her to help, she's made them pay every time.
She didn't lie. She stepped up and she took over. That was what was so great about this season, is just knowing that every single person would just step up.
This is exactly what Washington needed to do with a sold-out crowd to keep them quiet. What do you do with the two-man game when it's Tolliver and Niesemann, both dangerous?
They take game 3 in commanding fashion. The Washington Mystics are a win away from their first WNBA title.
Y'all heard that? One more!
Now this emotion comes back in, can we win it on their court? Can we get this over with?
Washington a 2-1 series lead in these best-of-5 WNBA finals. And the Sun have a 16-point lead after 2 quarters of game 4.
Game 4, they were blowing us out. But we came back with a vengeance.
Deladon getting a bucket to end the run. Atkins buries the three off the touch pass from Tolliver. Powers banks it in, down 16 at the half. Washington is tied it at 68.
That's what I'm talking about. That's how we battle. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Who wants it? We gotta do everything. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, baby. That's it. 10 minutes.
Popped in the air, left for Hawkins. Wide open, Walker Kimbrough buries the long two.
Let's go.
Wow. How about the momentum for the Mystics?
What are you talking about? Let's go.
It felt like we got this. We're gonna win it. And then we didn't.
Jones finds Strickland. Her three is good.
We didn't play as well as we had in Game 3, but Connecticut earned Game 4.
The Connecticut Sun pulled off Washington. There will be a Game 5 Thursday night.
It was such heartbreak. It almost would have been easier to just lose by 20.
We got our nerves out. When we play like us, we know we're at least 10 points better than this team. We get to go home, beat them on our court, and win this. Hell yeah!
Oh man, we couldn't wait to come back home and play. We wanted to do it that night.
We're going back home to DC for Game 5, so our fans better be ready because we're winning a championship on our floor.
Is that a guarantee?
That's a guarantee. Going into Game 5, I definitely put a little added pressure on us. After Game 4, I said Game 5 was a guaranteed win for us at home. I truly believed in my heart of hearts, like we were meant to lose Game 4 so that we could win Game 5 at home in front of our fans, our family, and that's how the story was supposed to be written.
So it's Game 5, the last chance you have to win the finals.
Obviously you have nerves, you have a little bit of anxiety going into the game because it's do or die at this point.
I'm usually never nervous, but those finals were just nerve-wracking. Kept having that feeling in my stomach, like butterflies.
You can have butterflies, that's normal, but for some reason, our team just felt so sure. Dictate right from the start. Our game, our pace, dictate everything. It's not gonna be perfect, just be us. Talk, communicate, stay together, and rebound the ball. Let's go.
I like that, Nelly.
Together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together! We were so confident in each other that we were gonna get it done, and we were gonna finish the job at home.
This is a big moment for not only us, but for the city as well, and for the fans that have been wanting this moment for a while now. We're embracing it, and we can't wait to share this moment with them.
Before the game, we were so calm. We were excited and focused and so ready. And I was just like, wow, it's like, this feels good.
Win! First half, it felt like the whole series had felt. We were both phenomenal teams, the two best teams in the league, playing the best basketball we can.
Tolliver! You bet!
In that game, it was a little more back and forth than some of the others.
It's a great high-low pass from Niesemann to Elena Deladon.
Here's Alyssa Thomas spinning and finishing.
We knew it was going to be a dogfight. It wasn't going to be a blowout.
Niesemann cans the three. What an exciting opening half of action in this winner-take-all Game 5.
We go in at half just down by 1. That's no big deal. And then we come out in the third. We're doing all right. And then towards the end of the third, they come on a charge.
John Cole Jones isolating and finishing. Williams gets the step and pushes it in. Some strong shot making to begin the third quarter.
They are hitting everything. It felt like we were slowing down. We couldn't score.
Williams jumper is good. It's a 7-point Connecticut cushion.
Largest lead of the game. Timeout, Washington.
Let's go, yo, let's go, let's go.
It's game 5. Everything's on the line, and the best team's going to win.
Pressure is a privilege. Everybody wants to be in that position where something's on the line. To feel that pressure and to be able to succeed with that, that's where championships live.
Together, 1, 2, 3, together. Third quarter of game 5, a title on the line.
Everyone was like holding their breath, like, y'all got to do something.
Playoff Emma, wow, what a performance.
Our fans were going crazy.
It was over. There was like no looking back.
It's just a matter of time now.
Every emotion you're going through right now is exactly how I freaking feel.
Yeah, we better be here. And now it's time to win.
Elena Delle Donne is out of this game.
We got her back. Let's get it.
She stepped up.
A win away from their first title.
Connecticut makes everything a dogfight.
There will be a game 5 Thursday night.
Everything's on the line, and the best team's going to win.
Together, 1, 2, 3, together. Third quarter of game 5, a title on the line. Connecticut taking a 7-point lead here in this third quarter.
In game 5, you're down in the third quarter and you called timeout.
You know, I think everyone for a second was like holding their breath, like, come on, y'all, like, y'all got to do something.
Even when we got down, nobody like flipped out. It was just, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we gotta do. Let's do it.
Let's go, y'all. All we got, all we got. Let's go!
Some momentum brewing for Washington. Meeseman, the spin, the shed, the bucket.
Got this experience, and then we've got Emma. We're like, all right, we got this.
Let's go!
You know, Messi going nuts and playing her heart out and playing so well. I was really happy to see her step into that role on one of the biggest stages.
As Meeseman finishes.
Playoff Emma comes in. The momentum just completely shifted.
Hey, what y'all gonna do about Emma? What y'all gonna do about Emma?
Emma being in this like killer attack mode, you could tell she just wanted it so bad.
Here is Meeseman facing up.
Everyone in the gym, even the fans, the refs, they knew Emma was getting the ball and like she couldn't be stopped.
Playoff Emma, wow, what a performance.
She just took over.
Meeseman backing in, kicking out, Cloud, got it!
Tosh hit some huge shots, and then I know just our fans were going crazy.
Tolliver with the break. Finds Cloud for 2. They can taste it in DC.
Run it back!
Meeseman on the drive, got fouled and puts it in.
As soon as we cut down that deficit, we tied it, and then we went up, it was over. There was like no looking back.
Elena Delle Donne on the brink of her first title.
And so I would always be running back in transition, and I would look over at Deli's dad, and his head, he didn't watch the game.
I was sitting right in front of Della's dad, like on the bench. He was like front row, and it was so funny but adorable to see him react the way he was. He's looking at the court, he's looking at the time, he's looking at Della, he's looking at the time, he's looking at the court. Every emotion you're going through right now is exactly how I freaking feel.
Tolliver is fouled. It's just a matter of time now. Mike Tebow seconds away from his first ever title.
It was fun to look around at the crowd and see all those people who had been longtime fans, some from the start, and see all those people be happy.
The whole atmosphere was awesome. Having the support of Brad and John and sitting courtside, seeing them jumping up and down and really into the game.
There's been fans who have been there since the beginning of the Mystics, waiting for that moment. So for them to be able to see us bringing it home on our home court was pretty cool.
I don't think that we would have finished the way we did without that support.
Me and Tori arms were locked. We was like, yo, we about to get this. We about to get this. Oh my gosh, this is about to happen.
The wait is over. For the very first time, the Washington Mystics are WNBA champions.
It's just an amazing moment for our team because it was a lot of people's first championship.
I really just kind of watched everyone else because I know what it feels like to win your first, and they were extremely happy, and as they should be, and pumped. And so for me, I just was kind of taking a step back and watching everybody else enjoy.
Just to do it with this group was so special. I mean, I literally love every single person. My favorite moment was definitely going up and embracing my family. I ran, I cried in my mom and dad's arms.
Anyone who has seen my basketball journey knows that this is the only thing that I really wanted. People I love the most were supportive of me coming to Washington, where, you know, a lot of naysayers were saying, why are you doing that if you want to be a champion? So to know that my closest people believed in me and they saw this path in DC, and then to celebrate it was awesome.
I gotta go get the trophy.
Before we knew it, we were being presented the trophy.
You said that winning a championship would not validate the kind of coach you are.
But it sure feels good, though. I want to thank these fans who have come and embraced us in this building and made this the best place to play in the WNBA. We've got an unbelievable family of players. They love each other, they play for each other, and they play for everybody here.
And I know we talk about Coach T beating Connecticut, but I don't think he'll say it. But for us as players, it was like, we got the coach, okay? That won us a championship, okay?
We have so much talent on the court, but we do have to pick one MVP.
I think Emma was the only one that didn't know she was winning the Finals MVP.
She did it all series off the bench. Emma, me submit your MVP.
And at that point where they said I was MVP, I was just talking to Tash. Then I heard the shouting.
You could see the reaction from her teammates. It meant a lot for everybody else to just see her be recognized.
I don't even think she understands how great she was through the playoff stretch, which is why Emma's so good.
Everybody's going crazy, and she's shocked and surprised in true Emma fashion.
I don't want to stand in front of everybody and be more than them. I'm just part of a team that just became champion.
Quick team photo! Quick team photo! Right here! Hey, we won, baby!
Thank you. Thank you.
Later that night, it was nice to just be able to take a deep breath as best we could and just enjoy it all together.
We all in?
Ned, you ready? Ready, Ned.
Before training camp, every year, as long as I can remember, Mike would say, "We've got it this year. this is the team this year. But this year, it really happened.
People talk about their locker rooms being great, but we truly do have an awesome locker room of people that care so much for each other, that want this for one another.
I hope that never ends, because I think that's what makes us as a team so successful too.
Perfect.
She's also my mom.
Those are the key words for the Mystics: home and family.
Team photo!
When you care about the people to the left and the right of you, that carries onto the court. When you build your core and when you know each other in and out, that carries onto the court as well. The family atmosphere that we have on this team, the environment that we've created over the last 3 years is what won us the championship.
Run it back on 3. 1, 2, 3. Run it back!
You made this a new home court advantage for the Washington Mystics, who are now the 2019 WNBA champions. We're champs, y'all!
I'm so happy that we can all do this and share this, and this is #1 moment in my whole life.
And we're champions, baby!
Thank you for so much for helping us run it back. We love you, DC.